Deep beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a chilling secret. Millions of skeletons, remnants of a city long gone, are stacked high in the eerie silence of the catacombs. These are not just peaceful, final resting places as we might believe. They are repositories of forgotten stories, strange rituals, and chilling occurrences. Graveyards are, by their very nature, unsettling. The thought of countless souls lingering beneath our feet can send shivers down the bravest spine. Yet there is a strange allure to these places of quiet contemplation. We are drawn to them, compelled to walk among the headstones and ponder the lives lived. Graveyards hold a powerful sway over our collective imagination. They are places of both peace and disquiet where the living and the dead seem to brush against each other in the twilight. Cultures around the world have developed unique and often unsettling rituals for dealing with death. In ancient Egypt, the preservation of the body through mummification was paramount. They believed that the soul needed a physical form to return to after death. Elaborate tombs filled with treasures and provisions for the afterlife were constructed for pharaohs and other high-ranking individuals. Across the globe, in the lush jungles of Indonesia, the Toraja people practice a very different but equally fascinating tradition. They believe that the dead are not truly gone but remain present in the world. Every few years they exhume the bodies of their loved ones, clean and dress them in fine clothing, and even pose for photographs with them. In parts of Madagascar, the Famadihana, also known as the Turning of the Bones, is a vibrant celebration of life and death. Families reunite at the family crypt where they exhume the bodies of their ancestors, re-wrap them in fresh burial cloths, and dance with them under the sun. These rituals, as strange as they may seem to outsiders, highlight the diverse ways in which humans have grappled with the inevitability of death. Some graveyards hold a certain energy, a residual echo of lives among the tombstones. Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh, Scotland is one such place. Known as one of the most haunted graveyards, it's home to the Black Mausoleum, the final resting place of Sir George Mackenzie, a 17th-century lawyer. Legend says Mackenzie's spirit haunts the kirkyard. Visitors report being scratched, pushed, and even possessed. Chilling tales from Greyfriars draw paranormal enthusiasts. Stories of ghostly encounters in graveyards abound. These tales linger in the silence, waiting to be heard. Section 4. The Ghouls of Greed, Desecration Under Moonlight. While many find solace and peace in graveyards, history reveals a darker side to these hallowed grounds. The practice of grave robbing, driven by greed and a lust for the macabre, has plagued cemeteries for centuries. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the demand for cadavers for medical research far outstripped the legal supply. This led to a gruesome trade in stolen bodies, often snatched from freshly dug graves under the cover of darkness. These so-called resurrection men would exhume the recently deceased, strip them of any valuables, and sell the bodies to medical schools for dissection. The fear of being snatched from their final resting place and ending up on the dissecting table was a very real terror for many. This fear led to the construction of elaborate security measures such as heavy iron cages placed over graves and watchtowers manned by armed guards. Section 5. The Eternal Allure of Shadowed Grounds. Despite the unsettling history and the undeniable creepiness factor, graveyards continue to hold a strange fascination for us. Perhaps it's the quiet dignity of these spaces, the way they remind us of the cyclical nature of life and death, or maybe it's the tangible connection to the past they offer, a glimpse into the lives of those who came before us. Whatever the reason, these cities of the dead with their weathered headstones and moss-covered crypts beckon us to contemplate our own mortality. They remind us that life is fleeting and precious, and that every story, no matter how grand or humble, eventually comes to an end. Section 6. A final thought. What lies beyond the pale? As we stand at the edge of a graveyard, the wind whispering through the trees, we are forced to confront the ultimate unknown. What lies beyond the veil of death? Is it a peaceful oblivion, a final sleep, or is it something more, something beyond our limited human comprehension? The graveyards hold no answers, only silent stones and the echoes of lives lived. Yet in their stillness they invite us to ponder the mysteries of life, death, and the eternal enigma of what lies beyond.